All right. Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into your future. This one, or this forecast tonight, we'll be talking about the remaining threats, remaining questions that may need to be answered, like accumulations, and stuff like that. We'll talk all about that tonight. Also, we will talk about the week forecast because we did not do that last night because we had like 25 minutes before it was time for me to get to that time segment, and it was already like, I believe it was already just time for me to head out, so I just decided let me go on and just do that today. So we're going to do the week forecast tonight as well. But if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure that you do that. The like button is every video, every forecast type thing, while the subscribe button is a one-time thing as well. So let's go on and get started and talk about what's going on. Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic Monday evening, or just Monday in general. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, U.S. Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina, except for we just have a bunch of warnings. Going on. We do have some winter storm warnings going on for the low country of South Carolina. Let's go on and just read one of these right nice and fast. Here it is. Roads and especially bridges and overpasses will likely become slick and hazardous. Plan on slippery road conditions. That goes all the way through, and then that's pretty much it. It says heavy snow expected. Total snow and sleet accumulations of up to 2 inches. We'll talk about accumulations later. But right now, that's just what it's looking like for the low country of South Carolina. Going on over here, just talking about what's going on throughout the entire United States as we go on and scroll our way out. We do have some precipitation going on. Snow. Yes, we do have some snow going on over here towards Texas. We have some snow going on from just to the east and west of Dallas towards Fort Worth, even going on towards Austin, Houston, San Antonio, all those regions receiving snow or getting close to receiving snow, if not already. We do have some snow also inside of northern Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and then some snow going on in Michigan up there inside the northeast. And then Florida receiving some shower activity as well. And other than that, that's pretty much it. Going on to talk about our cloud cover. Cloud cover right now, honestly, looking pretty good. Not really too much cloud cover going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina as we go on and move over here to our cloud cover. Moving all the way through to tomorrow morning. Cloud cover will really start to take cover, or will really start to take shape across South Carolina. And then as you move through the afternoon hours, still remaining. Then going into tomorrow night for our Tuesday evening, cloud cover still there. Moving on to our Wednesday morning, clouds will slowly start to make their way out. And then as you make it into Wednesday night, cloud cover is pretty much pushed off. Not really looking for anything else anymore at past that. Current temperature is 23 in Greenville as well as 28 in Columbia, 35 in Moncks Corner as well as 35 in Charleston, 34 in Georgetown as well as 34 inside of Myrtle Beach, 30 inside of Augusta, 28 in Edgefield, 32 in Barnwell and Fairfax, as well as 26 in Greenwood and Newberry and Winnsboro as well. So mostly freezing for about everybody right now. Low temperatures for tonight, 17 in Anderson, as well as Greenville, 16 inside of Spartanburg, 14 in Rock Hill, 17 inside of Cheraw, 18 in Dillon, 23 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 23 in Georgetown, 23 in Moncks Corner, as well as 31 in Charleston, 23 in Walterboro, 30 inside of Hilton Head Island, and 21 in Barnwell, Aiken, and 20 inside of Columbia, Sumter, and 18 in Florence as well. Now here's our chance of precipitation. This includes rain, snow, sleet. This includes all of the above. We have our 80 to 100% chance, which nobody is in, but we do have a 60 to a 79% chance for places like Moncks Corner, or not Moncks Corner, but Walterboro, Hilton Head Island, and Charleston, who's inside that 60 to 79% chance. So likely we'll receive some type of precipitation, rather that be freezing rain, snow, anything like that. Then you have your 30 to your 59. So places like Orangeburg, Aiken, Barnwell, Moncks Corner, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, Kingstree, all those regions have the 30 to 59, which is a chance like almost 50-50. And then you have your 15 to 29, which is pretty much everybody else except for Greenville, Spartanburg, and Rock Hill, which is just a slight chance. You most likely will not see precipitation, but you still do have that chance. And then those three regions that I just called out is in the 0 to 14, meaning that no precipitation is expected at all. But still a 15% chance or a 14% chance is still a 14% chance. So now going on to move to our future. Let's go on and talk about our future. We're gonna go on and take this stuff right here off the map, so we can have ourselves a good view. I turned it back on by accident. Let me go on and turn that back off. Okay, I believe that did it. So here's the HRRR right here. Let me go on and click this. And as we get that to load up, let's go on and move this forward. I need winter precipitation, because even as we go into our Tuesday, that's obviously when the activity will start. But as we go on past to 1 a.m. all the way to 6, 7, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, going all the way to 1 o'clock p.m., honestly, nothing really going on until we get to around 4 to 5 o'clock-ish p.m. This is when snow showers start to move in from the Georgia region, starting to get into the low country of South Carolina by 5 o'clock p.m. tomorrow evening, and then going into the PD region by around 6, 7 p.m. And then there goes some more snow activity going on up there inside Columbia, Augusta, Edgefield, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, all the way up there towards Loris as well, and that will continue, and we'll just have a full out heavy snow going on throughout most of from the Midlands all the way to the coastal regions, and then maybe some sleet, maybe some ice as well near the coastal regions. But overall, that's gonna move out by around 6, 7 a.m. On our Wednesday. And overall, that's pretty much all that you have. So pretty much snow going on from around 6, 7, 8 o'clock p.m. going all the way through to around 6, 7 in the morning. So overall, around a good 12 hours. A good 12 hours. Now, it won't snow for around 12 hours. Exactly. And not all of it's going to be heavy either. It could be heavy at some time, but it could also be flurries at another time. So it's not going to be constant at 12 hours. Consistently. But that's pretty much it in terms of our short-term future. Let's go on and talk about our accumulations, because I do want to show that. So moving on over here, let me go on and get this up and rolling. Let's start off up here inside of Columbia first. This is the winter weather up here from Columbia. Let's see what it says right here. As you go into the snowfall accumulations, you do have around less than an inch pretty much for most of this region. Now again, don't worry about the Charleston area, the PD region. We're just focusing on this Midlands region right here. But around less than an inch for pretty much Greenwood, Newberry, Winsboro, Camden, Columbia, Sumter, Edgefield, and Aikenite. And I expect that some of these totals might get risen up a little bit more. Just because of still the uncertainty with how much snow will fall and how much the models are. They're trying to get back together, but they're still a little bit in disagreement with some things. But overall, it is staying under the inch marker for right now. Moving on over here to our ice accumulation forecast. No ice is expected. For the Midlands. I think that ice will just mainly be a coastal to maybe an inland coastal type of event. I don't really think that it's going to get mainly inland anymore. So now moving on, let's go on over here towards let's go on and do the upstate of South Carolina. So going on up here to the Greenville, Spartanburg region, over here to the winter weather, there is, in terms of ice, no threat for any sort of ice. And in terms of snowfall, most models are saying that there is a chance for some sort of a snowfall to make it up here into the upstate. I know the model that we just saw, the short-term one, ARRR, did show that there is not really a threat. But some models are still showing that there is still a threat for some maybe snow flurries up here inside the upstate. So I would not. So if I'm inside the upstate, I definitely would not count out snow, even though it says no snow right now. We'll continue to wait, and we'll wait for tomorrow morning as well, and just see what happens there. Now going on, let's talk about the two regions that I'm actually kind of interested about the most. Let's talk about the low country of South Carolina first, then we'll move up to the most interested, or the most interesting region, the PD region. So in terms of the low country of South Carolina, just in terms of snowfall, it went down a little bit. It was at like 2, and now it's at 1. Now, so honestly, this does go from around 7 o'clock p.m. Snow could start before then, but right now I think the National Reserve at Charleston only has 1 inch for a lot of these places, 1.1, 1.2, all the way into like 1.3 over here in the Tri-County region as well. But we'll continue to watch for that. And then in terms of ice, again, that ice is mainly just a coastal type of event now. I mean, you do maybe have a little bit of a threat for some ice down there towards just the north of Savannah, Georgia, into the South Carolina, but along the coastal regions, mainly ice could still be possible down there. Around 1/100 of an inch to 1/10 of an inch is possible. And now going on and talking about the most interesting region, in my opinion, up here towards the PD region of South Carolina. Let me go on and move up here to the Wilmington, North Carolina National Weather Service in terms of winter weather. Talking about snow, this is just the expected snowfall amount. Myrtle Beach 1 inch, Kingstree 1 inch, Georgetown 1 inch, going all the way through. And then up there inside North Carolina, 1 to 2 inches. And then Marion, Florence, Hartsville, around an inch or less. Same thing with Sumter and Camden as well. But they do have this little thing called the high end and the low end. So this is the high end of, just in case, this is like the maximum amount of snow that you possibly could receive, and you can count all the way down there into the low country, Midlands of South Carolina as well, around 3 to 4 inches. That's around the max probably. And then in terms of the low end, probably nothing. That's the lowest you can go, but on an average around an inch. And then in terms of ice, no ice is expected for either region, even though I would not be surprised if some coastal regions had some reports of some ice though. Because again, ice mainly on the coastal regions is what most people probably are watching for now. So now let's go on and talk about the future. Let's look at the long-term model C, and then we'll talk about the week forecast for January the 20th all the way through to 25th, 26th-ish. So now moving on over here, let's check out the GFS first. So time is in the top right corner of your screen. As you go on and push this forward, there goes the snow activity there. And there goes the sleet with it as well, going on through the coastal regions, and then that's going to move out by around 7 o'clock in the morning. But in terms of totals, as we go on and push that forward, I mean, overall totals from 4 to maybe even 6 to 8 inches according to the GFS, which does include sleet. It does include sleet, freezing rain, it does include all of that with it. So not all of that might not be snow, and that's why it's so much added up, especially in the coastal region, just because of the sleet and the freezing rain added with it. Now moving over to the Euro, as you go on and push this forward, I believe, it's on the, gotta check out the rain and for freezing rain and snow. It does have pretty much snow for a good portion. This is what I was talking about up there inside the upstate. Would not be surprised if parts of the upstate got some snow flurries as well. I don't think it will be downright snow, like a snowstorm, but I still do think that there is a chance for maybe some snow flurries up there, and then snow will continue on all the way throughout until it pushes east to around January the 22nd at around 4 to 7 o'clock in the morning, which is when most models are saying that it will leave. And then going into the Icon now, or the CMC. CMC is probably one of the lowest ones, but it does have snow going on. Low country South Carolina, then it does bring sleet, all that kind of stuff out as well. And they do have a total snowfall that does not, I do not think it includes sleet with it, but around 2 to 4 inches for the coastal region, then maybe up to around an inch, maybe or less up there inside Columbia, and then maybe over there inside of the inland PD region as well. Then talking about the Icon, this one does have totals pretty much only around an inch for pretty much everybody. As you go on and look at the radar, you see what it says, and as you go on and push this forward, there goes the snow as it goes on, and then it will push its way out. But it does have obviously that freezing rain, sleet. It looks green, but I just don't. It just does not have a freezing rain or sleet option, which is why it just shows as just rain. But mainly, this will not be rain. That will most likely be freezing rain or sleet with it as well. So you would most likely just have to look at total accumulated precipitation, which shows up to like an inch, maybe getting to 2 inches, but pretty much that's it in terms of that. And that's going to about wrap that up. So let's go on and talk about the week forecast, and then we'll go on and talk with the audience. So as we go on and move over here to the eastern U.S. to the temperature anomalies, there is a chance for obviously those below average temperatures as we go through this week, going into early next week as well. Obviously with wind chills probably as low as 10 degrees for some tonight. That definitely verifies for itself, as we will have cooler than average temperatures this week. And in terms of precipitation, overall, the upstate actually will probably receive not much. It'll actually be drier than average, while the low country PD region will mainly be average or above average. So, that's just what we're waiting for. You can see this huge drier than average risk going all the way from Texas, especially through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, with a hot spot being up there inside of northeastern Alabama and northwestern Georgia as well. And that's pretty much it. So let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Also pushing on over here, my cousin Thad says, "Good evening, Joseph. I sure hope you guys are keeping warm. I am over here. Hopefully everyone else is." My Nana says, "Hello, Jay. Hello to you." Trail says, "Hi, Joseph. Hello to you." And then Miss Tolliver says, "It's cold. Do you think that the weather will be bad enough to encourage people to stay off the roads?" No. People would still be out on the roads if 2 feet of snow was on the ground. So, no. I mean, off topic, but I've seen people just drive through just like inches of water, and then just stall their cars. I mean, that happens in downtown Charleston all the time. When we had that one flooding event in downtown Charleston, I believe like last summer, and it was flooded all throughout the downtown region. People's cars was stalling everywhere. There had to be emergency rescues for people, and no, I don't think that it will ever get bad enough unless there was something catastrophic going on that would force them to not get on the road, or to force people to not get on the road. But just to say it, please do not get out on the roads unless you absolutely have to. I would recommend not getting on the road. You said, but will it be dangerous enough precipitation to warrant folks to stay off the road? I believe so. I mean, if I would definitely, like I just said, would not be driving anywhere going into Tuesday afternoon, going into Wednesday morning, maybe even throughout the day on Wednesday as well. Definitely something that you can go outside, get a little walk in, go outside, play in the snow. I mean, it's not dangerous to be outside, but to drive in it, I definitely would not recommend it unless you are a professional or something like that, or you have been around snow for a while, and absolutely necessary. But that's my that's my whole thing on it. And then Marge B says, "Thanks for the updates, no problem." And that's it. So I don't see anything else inside of the chat. If again any sort of questions or anything like that, make sure that you go on and do that. And I didn't create a poll. I'll go on and do that right now while we're talking about San Antonio, though. And then we'll respond to the rest of the comments. So, San Antonio right now is inside of a winter storm warning. It is actually for total snow and sleet accumulation from dusting all the way up to 1.5 inches, and total ice accumulations of up to 1/10 of an inch. So you do actually have a chance for some ice as well, and then snow and sleet accumulation from a dusting all the way up to 1 to 1.5 inches. So definitely something that you're gonna have to watch out for there. And now let's go on and talk about the models now. So here it is right here as you go on and start all the way back to tonight. There is freezing rain going on. There is rain just going on just in general. By around 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the morning, there goes all the sleet, maybe some snow mixed in there, especially as you get into around 6, 7, maybe 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. But past that, that's pretty much it. And then after that, you're staying dry. You are staying dry pretty much after that. And now moving on over here to Raleigh. Also make sure, we just put a poll inside the chat. Make sure that you go on and answer that as well. So now going on over here into Raleigh, there is not really a threat for any sort of snow until you get to maybe around tomorrow evening and going into tomorrow night. I don't really think that there is really a threat for any sort of, high term or high accumulation, but a dusting definitely cannot be ruled out, maybe even less than an inch. So that's probably the most you will get, though. Not really much, though. Now talking about temperatures now, as we wait for that to go on and load, let's go on and talk about the likes. So we have 11 people in here and only 10 likes. So if you have not hit the like button yet, make sure that you go on and do that. And we have 27, or we had 27 people in here. So make sure, if you have not went on to hit the like button yet, make sure that you do that. Also make sure you hit the share button and the subscribe button if you are a new time or a new term viewer, because you cannot hit the subscribe button twice. Do not hit the subscribe button twice. And then as we're still waiting on that, so I'm just going to move on down here instead and do it on this website down here. So in terms of low temperatures tonight for Raleigh, will actually be around, I'd say honestly around like 20, maybe, I'd say around 19, 18, maybe even down to 17-ish. And then as you go on and move into tomorrow, high temperatures tomorrow probably at around 31, low temperatures tomorrow night at around 20, maybe even lower than that, like 16 degrees, and the high temperatures only getting to around 30 going into your Wednesday. And then San Antonio, you can see San Antonio down there in the bottom right corner, but I'm actually just going to move it over there. You do have low temperatures tonight, most likely getting to around like 24-ish, maybe lower, 24, 20-ish, somewhere around there. High temperatures tomorrow at around 36 maybe. And then low temperatures tomorrow night going up to around 27, 26, and then high temperatures at around 40, to maybe even 49, 50-ish going into your Wednesday. No severe weather, no excessive rainfall, just snow. Just snow and the potential for, obviously, ice, sleet, freezing rain, all that kind of stuff. So now, let's go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States, and we'll look at the poll, and then we'll see, and then we'll read the rest of the comments off, and then we will be out of here for tonight. So in terms of just stuff that's going on, dangerous cold weather for most of the country, rare winter storm for the south. Fire weather conditions for Southern California still continuing, um, still not ending anytime soon. So we're still just hoping that over there can get better, but right now it's still wildfire conditions, and then a winter storm going on all the way from Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina as well. Portions of North Carolina, maybe. Cold weather warnings are out for places like North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska. We can get down to like in the negative 20s and 30s, especially up there inside of North Dakota, where I think last night it was even at negative 50 in terms of wind chills. And then Colorado, Nebraska, and Texas also have extreme cold warnings. That's mainly for wind chills as low as 15 below, so around negative 15 for like the Panhandle, Texas, Colorado, and New Mexico. So that's just what's going on up there. So let's go on and read the rest of these. Mr. Michael says, "Hi, Joseph. Thanks for the accurate forecast that we can play and plan our days around. No problem for that. Anytime. We'll keep on. We'll keep on going. We'll keep on doing that, and it will always be free." Terrell says, "Thanks for the forecast updates. No problem for that." And then the poll results, it was actually very interesting at first because it was like most people said no at first, but yes, clearly took the turnaround as 71% of people believe that or do like snow, while 29% of people do not like snow. So that's pretty interesting to see, and I'll continue to monitor that as the night goes on and see what people think. But overall, that's about it. I don't see anything else inside the chat. Again, any questions, anything like that, I'll be here for about another 5 minutes or so. Make sure that if you have not hit the share button or like button, that you do that, and hit the subscribe button if you're a new time viewer. And I will be back. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Tuesday morning forecast update and our snow day.